This looks slightly like City 17. This is City 10. It seems like I'm alone here, as usual. Yeah, there's like a slight resemblance to City 17. I wonder if all the other cities are like this. A little bit same. Basically the same, but slightly different. This is the same force. This is the same force field, but it's a different color. There's a map here. This mice, but I can't quite read it properly or correctly. There we go. Now I can proceed on forward. This place seems sort of familiar. Join us. Don't fight us. Hell no. I'm definitely gonna fight your ass. Combine is never to be trusted. It's all about tyranny and brutal abuse towards the citizens. And bullying. I'm glad that I went with Gordon Freeman and the other freedom fighters and take down these assholes. They got what they deserved. They should have been better than us. Much better. Wait, hold on. So this is the same place that Multiverse Sonic and Multiverse Goku were, and that they had that fight with Rai. Huh. Even that was brutal. Yeah. Oh well. that's new, I guess. There's female combat. Kind of weird. A little bit. This whole place looks like hell. I wonder what's down here. Other than what I already know of. You know, now that I think about it, I would have had respect for the Maltese and would have been nice to them if they weren't such mean-spirited assholes. No offense to them, but I'm just saying. Yeah. I don't think I can ever get along with those people when they're all about being mean. When they are about being mean-spirited and being selfish and all about their pride. Or that they're all about, like, not giving a shit about others and only caring about their popularity with other people. And their fame. The Maltese are not evil people, it's just they're not nice people. I'm not entirely sure that this is accurate or not, but it does seem like it's so. It seems like the Maltese have let social media or have let fame and popularity get to their head. Because now they mainly focus on that more than anything else. Like all the other social media content creators, or all the other content creators act like on social media. I don't want to be their enemy or whatever. I don't want to be mean to them, but it's like they don't really give me much of a choice. I mean, yeah, I am willing to leave them alone, but it's like I want to fix things with them. I don't want to be some jackass that other people turn me into. And I also don't want to let the past get the better of me either. I don't know. Hopefully I can make up with the Maltese and hopefully we can give each other another chance once I let things pass and stop lashing out at them. If I let the past go, and I start respecting the Maltese and being nice to them from now on, even if they are mean to me, they'll probably see where I'm coming from. At some point. They'll probably see that I'm not such a bad person after all. Even if they're not able to let go of the grudge later on in the future, it's still worth a try at least. I'm not gonna let anything bring me down. I'm not gonna let anything stop me. If I'm doing the right thing. And not only that, I also have to stop arguing with annoying mental cases that want to lie about me and ruin my reputation over such petty bullshit. That's not to be taken seriously. Plus, the Maltese make some really cool videos too. And they do seem like cool people when they're not being nasty and rude and mean. Like the others. Yeah. I still have my own hazmat suit somewhere. I think I should start using it. and the equipment I gathered for a while. Fallen Star is a pretty cool person. And when I think about it, she is right. Or he, or whatever. But when I think about it, Fallen Star was right that I need to get control of myself, and I think that's just what she was trying to tell me. But I lashed out at her, or lashed out at him because I thought he was just another person trying to hurt me. When we had that falling out with each other. Don't really expect them to forgive me, but I don't know. If I'm also being honest about this, I don't want anything to do with anybody any more than they want anything to do with me. I'm entirely done with people if they're just gonna do nothing but hurt me and treat me like an outcast. Because they've been treated the same way by other people, and I have nothing to do with it. If people are not gonna respect me or treat me nicely, then I might as well not even bother associating with them, because I don't associate with or befriend mean-spirited people. And I don't want to become a mean-spirited person myself, so I am not going to continue this conflict with people any longer than it already has gone. Otherwise, I'm just going to lose myself, and I am going to become the monster that everybody's trying to turn me into. I don't want that. If nobody's going to treat me with respect or be kind to me like I'm trying to do with them, then fine. I'm not going to let that change who I am. I may as well just block and ignore all the fucking mean-spirited people and mainly focus on just living my life. But every time I try to forget about the Maltese, and every time I try to forget about the Maltese and keep them out of my mind, keep them out of my life, I can't. Something is obligating me to focus on them for some reason. Something is telling me. I think God is trying to tell me that I was wrong about the Maltese and that they're not as bad as I think that they are. But at the same time, when they do act mean-spirited, I can't help but think that they're bad people. Because that's how they want to act. They're acting no different than the other fucking people that done nothing but torment me. But at the same time, I don't even know what to say anymore. I do wish I could go back in time and take back everything I said about the Maltese and everything I did to hurt them. And I also wish they would understand that I didn't mean to hurt them and I just did what I did because I was hurt. And I did not want to admit it. I had so much anger and hatred inside me because I despised every person who was trying to hurt me my entire life, trying to torment me, trying to ruin my life, trying to do whatever it takes to cause me harm intentionally, and to get some sick thrill out of it. I fucking hate people like that. I want them gone. But the Maltese, when I think about them with a clear head, they don't really seem all that bad as people. And even though they were mean-spirited to me, it's mainly because they were just protecting themselves. Because they thought that I was like everybody else. I'm not like everybody else, though. I am not some disgusting person. I'm not a terrible person. And I am not what people keep labeling me as. Nobody knows me at all, and they keep trying to make up things about me that are not true. Especially with the whole pedophilia thing. I'm not about that, and I never will be. I don't molest children, and I don't do anything sexual to them. That's disgusting, and I don't fucking appreciate that people keep putting me in the same category as people like that. But at the same time, that just shows how stupid people are. That they are so dumb that they just choose to make up random things in their head that only seems true to them and not in reality. But at the same time, these people.
The true citizen knows that duty is the greatest gift. The true citizen's identity band is kept clean and visible at all times. The true citizen's job.
No, thank you. Everything is such a fucking disaster. I need to stop being around other people. I don't want to be around anybody. I fucking hate people so much for being so evil and such disgusting and rotten scum. They may not see that within themselves, but I know that very well, that these people that want to do nothing but irritate me and hurt me and do messed up things to me are rotten, evil, and psychotic people. The Maltese are perfectly fine with me, even after everything that happened between us. I'm not gonna bother getting angry at them and lashing out at them any further, because what happened in the past was just a mistake, or it was misunderstanding between both of us. But I'm not gonna let that hurt me. Instead, I'm gonna make better choices from now on, instead of letting people turn me into such a nasty person that they are becoming themselves, or that they're choosing to be. Or in other words, just because other people choose to be a god-awful, terrible person does not mean that I need to be the same way. I'm not going to let other people control me and control who I am, or even my life. I want to be who I really am. A genuinely decent, kind-hearted, and loving person. And I'm not gonna let anyone ruin that. I'm not gonna let anyone make me out to be a monster like them. And I don't care how much people hate me. I hate them way more than they hate me, because of the fucking constant suffering that they cause others and me. But they are not getting away with it. At least they're getting punished every time that they do something wrong. And the punishment only gets worse the more that they continue to be a horrible person. If I'm being honest with myself, I think that mainly both Brookie Jaws and Fallen Star are very amazing and sweet people. And that's me telling the truth. And it's not out of hatred, and it's not out of spite. Because if I was talking about them out of hatred and spite, I would have said horrible things about them. But that's how I truly feel about the two of them. Brookie Jaws and Fallen Star are amazing people. They just got a lot going on, dealing with a lot of things in life. Multiverse Sonic, I definitely cannot trust that guy. He is way worse than the others. He is like psychotically dedicated to his popularity and fame so much, to the point where that he acts like he doesn't have any feelings or emotions, like he's some kind of psychopath. Or rather a sociopath where he fakes having emotions and feelings just to get in with other people or to get on their good side so that he can use them. Or rather that he doesn't know how to feel real emotions or real feelings and doesn't know what pain really feels like as much as I do. Because I've been through a lot of fucking shit in my life. Mental shit because of really nasty and rotten people. Drug addicts and drunks going on lying and fucking harassing and bullying the shit out of people. Even these dumbass fucking teenagers who want to fucking pick on little kids and make videos about it. That is fucking disgusting. But those people are gonna fucking get punished for shit like that too. And they're gonna burn in hell for doing things like that. Fish Sticks is a fucking total mental case, from what I can gather. She's also another person who only cares about her fame and popularity, doesn't give a shit about anything else. And she won't hesitate and to do whatever it takes to hurt others to get what she wants. Multiverse Sonic seems like the kind of guy, or Multiverse Nick, in other words. He seems like the type of guy that wants to do nasty things in secret, but wants to hide in the shadows when people call him out for certain things and expose him for the kind of person he is or the choices that he made. He done some nasty things to people that isn't public and that many people do not know about it, but except for the victims. And mainly a lot of people are fans of the Multiverse Sonic uh, group because they're the same way. They cause harm to others and laugh about it and make fun of people that they victimized. And that's the vibe that they're giving off, or that he is giving off. Multiverse Goku seems like the kind of person that doesn't give a shit about anything or anybody besides what concerns him or uh, what he's interested in. There's not really much to say about that guy. I'm not sure if Gaia, Sonic, and Fish Sticks are the same person, but it seems very likely, if I'm being honest. These people, the Maltese, have their own set of problems, especially mental ones. But it's not like I don't know. Multiverse Shadow himself seems like a control freak that wants to have power over people, no matter what the cost. He gets upset whenever he doesn't have the ability to control somebody that he cannot control. So he goes to whatever lengths necessary in order to have control. Same goes with Nick. He's also a control freak. I can tell because he's one of the people that's been sending people after me. Because he could not stand what I had to say about him. He couldn't take criticism well. They're also hypocritical too. They like to be over judgmental over what other people do, but it's like they don't really acknowledge the fact that they have done worse. And they're the ones who are basically being the main problem here in certain situations. But that goes the same for everybody. They always want to. It goes the same with everybody. Every person on the internet wants to fucking play the blame game. Whenever they do something bad or do something rotten and evil, they want to fucking blame it on the fucking victim or blame it on some random person they come across. Yeah. I would say that it would just be better if I just kept these people out of my mind and out of my life and not even focus on them. But it's difficult, and I don't know why. Why do I have such a strong attachment to the Maltese? It doesn't have anything to do with the endless, constant shit talking or whatever, or the constant videos I've been making about them. There's something else. There's something that's pulling me to them, and I don't understand what it is. I don't have an obsession with them, and I don't really have much of an interest. I don't really have like a psychotic interest in them or whatever. But it's like every time I try to ignore them, every time I try to ignore the Maltese and try to forget about them and forget about everything that happened between us, there's some part of me that can't let go. There's a certain part of me that just cannot stop thinking about them. Something or someone is trying to tell me something. Like someone's trying to tell me that I've been wrong about the Maltese this entire time. Except for maybe a few things here and there, but still. But it's like, I refuse to believe that because of how horribly I've been treated. Because of the misunderstanding. And I've been through enough hell as it is. Been treated like shit by so many fucking people who never understand that violence or chaos or anything negative is not the way. But at the same time, I'm not trying to be hypocritical myself because I know I do this shit myself only because I'm provoked. That I'm forced to have to be as bad as these people in order to fucking get them off my back. But it's like, they don't listen. They don't pay attention. All they want to do is be hateful and petty and spiteful and just want to fucking attack people over and over again. And be a bunch of raging lunatics. Not only that, but that rage and hatred I've been feeling this whole entire time, I forced it on them. I forced it on to everybody who came after me. And now they have to feel it every day. And I don't have to apologize because they're the ones who came after me in the first place and wanted this. That they asked for it. They asked to be put in their fucking place, to be put through a lot of pain, but it's not like I wanted to hurt people. I had no choice. I tried being nice to people and all they ever do is shit on me. All they ever do is treat me like shit when they don't have any good enough reason to, and I didn't do anything wrong at first. And people want to hate me because I stood my ground and I stood up for myself. And for people who are also victims of bullying and harassment that are innocent as I am. And that's what this is. Everybody who hates me and wants to fucking attack me, they're just resorting to cyberbullying and harassment because they're not getting their way. I don't need to waste my time on these pipsqueaks. On these degenerate assholes. I would rather focus my time on things that I actually enjoy. But it's like, there's always like this certain part of me that gets drawn to the negativity and toxicity, but it's not even me. It's something else. Either I'm getting it from these assholes that I'm surrounded by every day, or it's like Satan himself is like trying to enforce his negativity onto me and trying to enforce me to become a monster like everybody else. He's being in control of, inflicting his god up, inflicting his awful toxicity onto every person, so they would bicker back and forth with each other and fight. Other people may think I'm crazy for talking about this, or think I'm annoying or whatever. I could care less. But I'm just as confused as much as I am interested in trying to get a better understanding of all this. Instead of attacking the Maltese, I would rather be respectful to them, but I don't appreciate that they are being so hostile towards me, even though it's understandable. But they don't understand what I've been through. They don't know anything about me. Nobody does. And they only want to attack me because they've been hurt themselves. But they deserve it for what they did. But at the same time, we're both in the wrong here. I just gotta teach myself to be totally resistant to other people's attempts at provoking me. And that's easy to do. All I gotta do is just ignore these idiots who keep trying to escalate things. Keep trying to make the drama and make the bullshit continue. Because if I keep giving them more attention, they're just gonna keep coming back for more. I even fucking told myself that I am others. And it's like I am being victimized by the struggle of trying to do better myself, because all the other people in the world keep coming after me and trying to make everything harder for me. And to be honest, if people want to believe whatever the hell they make up about me, then go ahead, believe whatever the hell they fuck. If people want to fucking believe whatever lie they say about me, especially the part about me being a pedophile, which I'm not one, then they can go ahead and believe that shit, but they're only hurting themselves. They're not hurting me at all. And that's what they're all about. They're all about hurting others so they can make themselves feel better. And that is evil, that is selfish, that is cruel, that is nasty, and that should not be anything that anybody wants to fucking do. But our society, unfortunately, it's being ran by cowards and weaklings and psychopathic and sociopathic degenerate retards and other forms of disgusting people. And it's what we have in our society and passing by. And not only that, I'm not exactly being punished for anything, since I didn't do anything bad at first, or I didn't start this shit. I'm just defending myself. I'm not being punished for anything because I'm not an evil person, and I'm not intentionally trying to inflict suffering and harm onto those who don't deserve it. I only do it to people who do deserve it, who have started shit, and who are the ones causing the real problems around here. Not only that, people are constantly trying to trick me into and starting fights with other people as well, so they can look like the fucking good guy or look like the victim. All these people are going to hell, so it makes me feel better. It also makes me feel better that I am nothing like these people, and that I'm better than this. I'm better than what other people are trying to make me out to be. Way better. And it doesn't matter if people don't think so, because they know nothing about me and they don't decide who I am. I do. What they lie about and what they make up about me, it doesn't define who I am. It defines who they are. And they're projecting it onto me because of hatred and pettiness and spitefulness. I don't need to be a part of that, though. I don't need to be dragged into other people's messes. I don't need to be dragged into other people's bullshit. I choose to help people who are in need of it the most. I choose to help innocent people. Or those that I think are innocent at the time because I don't know what actually went down. Everything's gonna get way better as time goes on. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to feel shit in myself on. I'm perfectly fine just the way I am. I just need to strengthen my resolve and my self-defense against people provoking me and trying to get me to lash out and attack them.